Hey everybody, Cabbage here using his his MacBook microphone. Sorry for the quality, because this is going to be a bit different, and I wanted to do just a quick preamble before we jump in. Got a lot of news for you here, some housekeeping stuff before we get started. What you're about to hear is something we've been trying to get to for about a year, and we're really excited. We're finally doing a role-playing podcast. Currently we're using Monster of the Week as a system, but we may change that in the future. Currently we're really liking it, and we hope you do too, so give it a shot even if you don't love Monster of the Week. Here's how this is all going to work. All three of the first episodes are coming out today, Merry Christmas, under the name WAKtual Play. This first one will set up the scenario, and it'll also introduce our characters. You can skip it, but it's kind of useful to have if you aren't familiar with Monster of the Week. And the second two episodes will be raw gameplay. We're jumping right in. In the future, we're shooting to release like an episode a month on YouTube. Ultimately, scheduling these things is hard, and we do this as a hobby, so it's kind of difficult to find time, so we need to build a bit of a buffer. If you really like where the story's headed, or if you want to support us more directly, we've got an option for that. WAK now has a Patreon where you can get the new content more quickly. It'll be linked below in all of our new WAKtual Play episodes. Now, I want to be clear about something. We don't love the idea of putting our content behind a paywall. And our YouTube and Spotify listeners who don't want to pay will still get the exact same WAKtual Play content as our Patreon subscribers. Completely free. It's just going to come out at slightly a slower pace. If you use any of the webcomic apps, think of it like a fast pass. In addition to the new WAKtual Play episodes coming out more quickly, should get around 3 a month if our pacing looks right, which right now it does. You'll also get to know who our upcoming guests are for WAK and submit questions to them early. You'll also get some of the, quote, cutting room floor content that doesn't make it into the main show, so there's some goodies there as well. We should have it set up so that you don't pay unless episodes go up, and the tier start at the $1.99, which gets you everything I've mentioned already. Like I said, 3 episodes a month, and those are all at $1.99, like they come out in one block, so we're not going to hit you for $6 a month. If you do want to donate more, there's other cool content coming, and the Patreon tiers will get cooler as we scale out some of that content. Ultimately, it's a perk-inspired way of supporting the show. Every dollar we've made so far has gone right back into the podcast in the form of equipment or subscriptions, and we are extremely grateful to our donors that we already have. We'll actually be reaching out to you, whoever you are, to talk about moving you onto the Patreon program as well, just so you get all the new content. Anyway, yeah, we hope you like it. We had a ton of fun recording it. I had a ton of fun making the music for it. And we hope that comes through in the edit. Be sure to let us know what you think about WAKtual Play in the comments. And yeah, enjoy the show. Thank you.
What a year.
Hey, what a year.
All right, welcome everyone to our first, I keep saying D&D podcast, but that's not actually it, right? Because this is just an actual play role-playing podcast.
Yes, tabletop.
So to get us started, I'll let everyone at home know we are using Monster of the Week, which is it's powered by the apocalypse. I think it's got it in their rule book, and I think that's what it says is powered by the apocalypse. Flo, you said you've actually play tested for them before, yeah?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Long time ago. Long time ago.
Cool. So, as some homework, I've had everyone generate a character, and we'll go through those here in a moment, but before we do, I'll kind of hit you with the setting, because this is going to be fantastic for Jeff. So the setting time period is sort of mid to late 80s. We're not going to lock down one specific period yet, and we'll sort of determine why here soon. The place where we're going to start this whole thing is just outside of Roswell, New Mexico. Yeah, that's why when you were telling me your character design, oh good, you've got a sheet for this. So the intro campaign that I sort of have us hitting is sort of chasing a shooting star. And figuring out what that means and why when this shooting star hits, wacky shit happens. But first, I want to kind of go around the table, introduce the characters, and then we'll talk about what that means. So Teflon, you've got the most fleshed out character. You came in character, so hit us with what you've got first.
I did. My name's Earl Gentry, pig farmer by day and UFO enthusiast by night. It's easier to see the lights in the dark, so that's why you want to work at night on the UFOs.
So tell us, Earl, about your class, because there's not your standard warrior and monk and whatever else. It's pretty specific to the game that we're running here.
Right, so I haven't fully gone through and made everything, but
no, you're good.
So they have what they call playbooks in Monster of the Week. I'm using the Flake playbook. Shocking surprise for a lot of you if you look at just the word. But its little blurb here is everything's connected, but not everyone can see the patterns. And most people don't even look that hard. But me, I can never stop looking deeper. I can never stop singing the truth. I spot the patterns. That's how I found the monsters, and that's how I help kill them.
Fantastic. So one of the classes is called the Flake. You get some weird bonuses to how everything works. You kind of stumble into mysteries and sort of figuring things out.
That's kind of the idea.
Okay, cool. Now, before we move on, we'll kind of introduce a feature of the system. The only dice we're going to need are 2d6s. Everything is based off of those rolls, so the way that this roughly will work, unless the ability specifies that it's different, is a 7 or higher is good, a 10 or higher is really good, and a 6 or lower is a miss. And we'll kind of delve into what those things mean, but basically you're going to tell me what it is you want to do. We're going to kind of discuss how that action might work, and then we'll roll for it. Vidalia, you've got a character picked out. I see the professional on your character sheet. Is that what you've...
Yes, I'm going to be the professional, and the flavor text for this is, it's kind of strange when your regular 9-to-5 job is to hunt down monsters. Still, that's the job I took when I joined this outfit. It pays well, and the benefits are good. Like they say, you don't have to be crazy to work here, but it sure helps.
All right, so we've got Alex Jones and the X-Files lady.
Well, my character concept can be reduced to 3 words, and it's none with gun.
Fantastic. What did you say your character name was again?
Great question.
Great answer.
Good job there.
Do we want to workshop that right now?
Sure.
Go on.
Well,
I pulled up a name generator.
I don't want a fantasy name. I want a nun name.
Hilda Heingard.
Sister Christian.
Hilda's good.
Sister Hilda.
Yep.
All right.
All right, you
Nice
can't
to
do
meet you.
anymore. We'll get a strike.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, so Sister Hilda.
Yep.
I'm getting like German vibes from that. Is that intentional?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, like Sound of Music, nun.
Oh, okay. Well,
Except I
there's
won't
some-
be singing.
Yeah, there's some Nazi
Oh, why
vibes to
not?
that too. So you're not gonna sing. Not even a little.
I can't.
Not even if the moment strikes you.
What about a pickle dance?
Doe.
I could do a pickle dance.
Dear, you're no fun. All right, Flo, you also have a character sheet here, and I don't know what it is you've chosen because my eyesight is bad.
So the
Funny enough.
I was actually looking between 2 different character sheets. I was looking between the Chosen and the Divine on the way over here. Both of them seem like they could be fun and kind of goofy. I'm not going to lie, the Divine I looked at because legit one of the weapons that they can pick is a thunder hammer.
Ah, okay, I see why you wanted that now.
But the Chosen is also a lot of fun. I actually think I'm going to go with the Divine. And so the Divine is, I am the light, the sword. I am sent to defend the meek from darkness. All evil fears me, for I am its end. Ooh. And yeah, so my my character was not born to greatness. They grew up in the 80s. What year is it again?
We'll say 1985 roughly, because the Bowling for Soup song is stuck in my head, and so that's what year I think it is.
It was a good year.
All right. So this was way before Nirvana.
Yeah.
Well, we got
Yeah.
Blondie over here.
Yeah. They grew up watching all of the great late 70s, early 80s sort of movies. That's like the beginning of the action movie genre.
Yeah.
We haven't been getting into... I think it was mid to late 80s that we started getting...
Conan came out in 1982. So
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's not
you've-
really an action.
But you've also got your kung fu flicks to kind of base off of a little bit. I think what is it? Enter the Dragon
Yeah.
came out before then.
Oh man, I got a question.
Yeah.
what's
Is there
up?
going to be any kind of internet at all at this point?
No.
No,
Okay.
not at all.
Well, net friends on my thing. I'm going to have to figure out what to do with that.
Beans. I'm sorry. Yeah. Enter the Dragon was 1973, so we can firmly say you've had kung
Yeah.
fu movies to grow up on.
So, introduced to the fact that monsters exist because a friend was attacked, and they were able to defend that friend. So that was their introduction to the world of monsters. One of the things that we'll be doing as we kind of go through the character sheets and flesh them out is, how did you get introduced to the world of monsters? Or how did your character get introduced? The thing is, though, that like in all of the movies, the god that grants them their divine awesomeness powers is always this kind, benevolent, wise god.
Right, yeah.
This one is not.
The government.
You've got like a Narnia god versus like a whatever you're about to have kind of god.
Yeah, that's right. This is not Aslan that was just like, for the good of humanity sort of thing. This is very much one of the gods that is pitting its champion against one of the other gods' champions and saying, well, I'm going to go kill all of your things and destroy your machinations. I did that because the fail conditions for my ability to do stuff are all really bad.
Yeah.
Like, one of the things I could take is lay hands, but if I fail, I hurt you really, really badly. Possibly kill you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So give us a name for your character, and then we'll start talking about those systems as well.
We're going to go with Sebastian Sands. He made a great font later.
No, he didn't. All right, perfect. Sebastian Sands. I'm putting... I literally have in my notes a parentheses for everybody's character. So I literally have Earl Gentry, Alex Jones, Sister Hilda, None with Gun. And for Sebastian Sands, I'm going to put Michael from Dresden Files. It's not exactly who your character is, but like it's something to just sort of set the tone. So like Flo alluded to just a moment ago, and I've been talking about the roles being a little bit different. The way hit points work in this game is different as well. We have harm. Broadly classed, I think everyone can take up to 7 harm, but the way you take that is different based on your gear and your class and everything else.
Well, like 4 puts you in the hospital, basically, right?
Right. So the way that it works is once you take 4 harm, it is an ongoing condition, meaning if you are not actively doing something to reduce the harm, you are bleeding out. And you will continue to take harm until you reach 7 harm, at which point you die. There are no death throws. There is nothing else like that. So if you get to 4 harm, you need to be treating wounds or getting somewhere safe, somewhere actively reducing whatever has just happened to you. So suffice it to say, in this game, it is fairly easy to die. And your characters are not so important that I won't kill them. Just as an aside. So first sort of course of action for all of you is to assemble a team. So between yourselves, figure out who's going to be the kind of team lead and what you're going to call your team. This is where we get our mystery machine or whatever else. And we'll talk about the perks of your classes too, because I think somebody gets a vehicle. I don't know.
I do.
Yeah, okay. So between yourselves, figure out a team name and then the structure of your team and the kind of organization that you work for.
Well, we ain't working for the government.
Well, this is my day job, and I work for the government, so I would like to...
Such a dynamic...
You're just some untrustworthy person over there.
So I think I should be the leader. I mean, this is literally what I do.
Maybe you
9 to
don't
5.
tell me that you work for the government.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah,
that.
we're
Okay,
going
fair
to canonically leave that out so that Earl doesn't know this.
Yeah, that's fucking perfect.
All right.
Yeah, it literally says like a black budget government department or secret military unit or something for the examples.
This close to Roswell, this is going to work great. I'm cool with it. As an aside for people listening...
it puts the men in black into a totally different perspective all of a sudden.
Uh-huh. As an aside for the people listening at home, we did not discuss any of this beforehand. I said pick your character and be prepared to discuss it, so we're all finding this out kind of firsthand.
Yeah, it took like an hour and went through a whole bunch of like conspiracy stuff, and I have them right here.
It's so good. He has more sheets about conspiracy theories than he does in his character sheet.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good. So is everybody cool with Vidalia being the face?
I lost a
The
die.
front man.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So, front man, name your organization then.
Oh, fuck.
Can't call it that. Pretty sure the government will put that on the business card.
Yep.
I'm open to suggestions, I guess.
Let's see.
What I've gone with, what about BERM? And it's an acronym. A BERM is like a dam that, like a wall or a structure against something overflowing. So we're a berm against monsters.
And
So
what
like
does
the
BERM stand for?
Well, it can't be bureau. No.
Why?
No, that sounds like government.
No. See, they're all going to know what it means, and you're just going to think it's the berm.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
no. You from
So
Bama?
the Bureau for Eradication of
Raunchy monsters.
Hey,
Monsters.
I'm not opposed. You's from the government. My daddy says to shoot who's ever from the bank.
You
Giving
from
me
the
a,
IRS? You better not come on my property, all right?
yeah.
Raunchy Monsters can be a working title.
Okay, so I'm gonna put bureau. How do I spell Bureau? God. For the
The Bureau?
Eradication
of
Rowdy monsters.
rowdy boys. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna call that berm, to be honest.
Berm, yeah.
And then I'm gonna put working
We're the berm unit.
title. The berm unit. God. Yes, that's so good. Okay, so every class has a couple of different perks, but before we get into those, we'll talk about like what the basic actions are, because one of the questions I had when I first heard the system is like, how do I cast a fireball?
Yeah, right.
So the answer is you just kind of do. So the basic player moves are things like act under pressure. And this is your catch-all move. Your act under pressure is do any difficult or dangerous action that's not covered by another move. Help out is used to help another hunter do something. If you succeed, you give them a bonus on their next task. There is investigate a mystery, which is used to work out what kind of monster you're dealing with, what it can do, and what it's planning. You can also use that to kind of find out the clues for where you should go next, that kind of thing. There is kick some ass, which is broadly your fighting stat, just like it sounds. There's manipulate someone, protect someone, read a bad situation, which is like what's the most immediate threat. And then there's use magic, which is broadly just how magic works. Now with everything
shit.
What's up?
I got +2 on weird, which is the
Nice.
use magic junk.
Yeah, your stats are stuff like weird or cool or charm.
Sharp and tough.
Yeah, sharp and tough. Those all kind of funnel into different stats that we'll talk about. But the way that this all works is you don't have a necessarily like a weapon with specific stats you're going to use. You can get gear which boosts your stats. But broadly, if you say, I'm rolling to kick some ass, we're then going to talk about how that works. So if you say, I roll to kick some ass, and you name off a bunch of stuff your character would never do, like you say, I do a backflip and come off the car, and Earl over here has never done a backflip in his life, then we're going to say, no, that's not what you're doing. Like, we have to make it sort of realistic.
Do what now?
Yeah.
I was a gymnast in high school. Did you know
touch
that?
the tram.
No, I'm kidding.
And so same thing with magic. Broadly speaking, you can sort of cast whatever it is you want. It has to be in the same flavor as your character. So if you are a character who, has only used fire magic up until this point, and you want to cast a Cone of Frost, we're going to have to talk about why that happens and how that happens and how you know that because you've never done it up until this point.
So when it comes to actions, I know specifically when you're looking at investigate a mystery, there are certain questions that you can ask. Can we list those real quick?
Yeah, you actually have the playbooks there. So for me, the book is actually split between these playbooks, which are your sort of pre-printed character sheets, and what the DM does. So you actually have the questions you can ask me. I don't have those.
Interesting, because I don't see them on my playbook.
So broadly speaking, hold on, I can find out. Is it investigate a mystery?
Yeah. Because it references ask questions. Where are they?
I just got to kind of
Right
point
here,
out
all the actions
about
you
the
can do.
system too is that it is not D&D. This is more of a like
It's an
improv
Yeah.
kind of
it is.
experience in a way, a storytelling kind of deal. So it should work a little better for the audio kind of aspect of stuff.
Yes. Very much theater of the mind, not necessarily something that we're having to...
Yeah, there's not some kind of like cool mechanics that you're trying to, manipulate with your character or anything. It's just, roll some dice and then tell what happens.
I haven't played
Yeah.
this one specifically, but I played Dungeon World. And it
Yeah, I
seems
played
really
Blades in the Dark, and it's a similar thing.
Yeah, I think they're made by the same
They are.
company.
All
so-
three, 4 of these, whatever we've named off.
God, I'm trying to find what the moves are. It's page 8, moves.
Show me your moves.
Show me your moves. Because I think... I'm just trying to see.
All right, Flo, you got. I know
Yeah,
you're
I know.
Sebastian.
It just says
You've got
investigator
kind of a-
mystery used to work out what kind of monster you're dealing with, what it can do, and what it's planning.
Okay.
So, I mean, when you do that, if you roll well, I will tell you things that you might need
Sounds good.
to know. So yeah, you said your specific class, the professional, has a vehicle. Talk us through that, because I imagine you have some government issue, something, and we've got to figure out how to get Earl into it.
Oh, I've already figured this out. So for my resources under agency, I get to pick 2. And one of them I've chosen is cover identities.
Oh, so good.
And so I am obviously a sweet little nun who runs an ice cream truck.
Oh, we are going to ice cream truck.
We are
doing
going
an
ice cream truck.
Yes.
All right, perfect. So you guys are a band of, let me make sure I have this right, a flake, a professional, and a divine riding around the country in an ice cream truck solving mysteries for the government.
No.
Not the government.
Solving mysteries for a man named Jim.
Okay, fantastic. So
Does
this
he write
works.
the Almanac Journal?
He does.
This is going to work great. You've sort of unwittingly kind of fallen into what I want this to be. So this is exciting for me. You hearing about this?
We legit just
So-
planned these out within the last hour.
Yeah.
Before we continue, like while we're on the topic of ice cream truck, we get to pick 2 good things and 1 bad thing, and so I was hoping we could pick them together.
All right. So what are the things you can choose from?
So roomy surveillance gear, fast, which is right out if we're in an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
Stealthy also out.
Well, no, hold on.
No.
Stealthy doesn't mean that it's like stealthy.
Yeah, we're
means
not
it's,
camouflaged.
Yeah.
That's
We're
true.
camouflaged by like
It's kind of an urban camouflage.
Yeah.
If you think about it. Ice cream truck. Fit.
Intimidating,
No,
no.
that's out.
That's definitely out.
classic, medical kit, sleeping space, toolkit, concealed weapons, and anonymous. Or armored, tough, and monster cage. So we can pick 2
so-
of those things.
How big is this monster cage versus like an ice cream truck? Because I feel pretty good about having a monster cage in the
Do you want a
truck.
monster cage?
What about you, Flo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
All right,
That
so
sounds
monster
great.
cage is one of them.
All right.
You had it installed specifically.
Oh no, I did it.
Yeah.
We took it down on Eric Ford's farm. He's got a welder machine over there. He welded it all up for us.
Okay, and I was thinking a sleeping space if we're traveling the country. Like, then we wouldn't have to stay in hotels.
I'm down for that.
We wouldn't have a public record of where we've been.
Oh yeah, no, that's
okay.
perfect.
All right, sleeping space and monster cage in the same vehicle. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, no, I did. I was just going over. It's not just bunk beds; it's trunk beds. Yeah.
Okay, so you're sleeping next to whatever you captured.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was thinking we just-
a triple bunk bed, and in the
okay.
back, trunk beds.
Trunk beds.
Okay,
All right.
I was thinking we put the monster cage like in the freezer, so it looks like a freezer, but it's
Have you
actually
seen an ice cream truck ever?
never, not once in my life.
Okay, because an ice cream truck basically has like a basement freezer, like one of the long, small basement freezers that's right in front of the window. So I don't know how you put a monster in that.
I mean,
Depends on the monster, right?
We got a
It
little bit of
depends on
magic
how
truck,
alive the
right?
monster is, I guess, right? It'll fit. All right.
And then for the bad things, we have loud, which sounds right for an ice cream truck, to be
yeah, it
honest.
does.
oh man, we gotta have the music going the entire
Yeah.
time. I think
It's
loud,
wired to the gas pedal, so it gets
Yeah,
louder as
you go. Yeah.
What are the others? But loud feels pretty good.
Obvious, temperamental, beaten up, gas guzzler, uncomfortable, slow, or old.
Loud's really.
I really like loud.
Yeah.
Kind of fucks and
Yeah.
is a little funny. All right. Do any of your classes have like a special perk they bring to the table, or is it all specific to your character?
No, I have some things that we definitely need to discuss. We actually have some questions that we'll have to ask each other too that helps build these characters out.
Right, under history.
Oh shit! I forgot about looking at that part.
Yep, but before we get to that, I do have some a couple of things that I have to do. I'm on a mission. This is going to be my character only, and so this is evolving because we're just now kind of learning about what's going on here, right? I am going to be. The mission that I'm going to be on is. I've been exiled. You must work for the cause without drawing attention from your brothers or sisters, as they are bound to execute you for your crimes.
Oh, plot hooks. Yes.
Yeah.
I definitely won't use that against you.
Good.
Yeah. No,
Thank
not
you.
at all. Oh, good.
The other thing is, because we're about to get into some more character-heavy stuff, all of us get some special moves.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that I would discuss the moves that I get. As the Divine, I can do a couple of kind of cool things. I get to pick 3 of them. Here's the 3 that I have picked. Lay on Hands.
Ooh.
It's a basic heal. If I roll well, I can heal really well. If I roll poorly, I hurt you very badly.
Heavy hands.
Yeah.
Just like
Lay
idle
on
hands or whatever.
Yeah, just slap somebody.
Why do you lick your knuckles before you lay on hands? Just in case, bitch.
So, other things that I can do. I have something called Smite. Smite is my body and divine weapon always count as a weakness against the monster that we're fighting. My unarmed strikes are 2 harm by themselves.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. Get some fisticuffs out
Yep.
here.
It does
lay
as much
hands
as
on
my
everything,
gun.
huh?
Yeah.
Man, Flo's just a toucher.
And then the last thing that I
Finger
have...
that werewolf.
Yeah. Come here, werewolf, and let me lay my hands upon you.
I don't want it.
And the last thing that I have is Angel's Wings. Angel's Wings is I can instantly go to anywhere that I visited before or to a person that I know very well. I can carry other people with me, but it's on a skill that I'm not good at. And if I mess up, we will all end up in different places or worse.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Oh,
I believe it's
fuck
we
yes.
either go to a place that you did not intend as a group, or we all end up separated. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And depending on the severity of miss.
Golly. I
Boy,
wonder
we
what
are
the dice will say
truly
about that.
setting us up for some interesting shit going on.
Yeah, I
okay,
like
so
this.
my moves is I've got connect the dots, right?
Good,
At
good,
the
good.
beginning of each mystery, I can look for a wider pattern, and I make a roll, and there's a thing called a hold, I believe, in this one, which is similar to Blades in the Dark, but
Yeah, if you roll particularly well, or if you succeed at something you're doing, you can hold 1, and that's
Yeah.
basically a point you can carry over to your next roll.
yeah, and then I've got a list of questions that I can ask that are very specific, like what does this monster want from this person, or something along those lines that you then give me an answer to.
Okay.
I took also see it all fits together. I can use sharp instead of charm when you manipulate someone.
Perfect.
And then suspicious mind. If someone lies to me, I know it.
Okay.
Oh no.
No, that's good. It
Oh
all
wait,
fits
no,
together.
that doesn't fit good because of that.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
No, I'll
No.
change that one.
No,
What?
no. You can know that you're being lied to.
You
but-
just don't know what the truth is.
Well, I was gonna.
That's true.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say too that you just don't let on that you know the real. Of course, she's connected to the government.
Oh shit, I'm like a fucking triple operative here.
Yeah, it's false flags within false flags.
All right.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
All right.
That's good.
Yeah, it all fits together is cool because you can manipulate people by basically like gish galloping them with info, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
You know, it's like blah 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 blah, and that's turning the frogs gay. And then like
Yeah.
they're just like, I guess the frogs are gay now. I don't know. Okay.
Mhm,
Like
yep.
that is essentially what your character
That was the
does.
whole plan.
Yes.
So for mine, I have unfazable, which gives me extra cool.
Oh yeah.
So I'm really fucking cool, you guys.
Hell yeah.
I
Like
also
a mullet
took
and a duster cool.
Oh,
I
dude,
took
did you
medic.
know that the national winner for the mullet contest thing is from Knoxville?
God bless it.
wow.
Of course.
First
Nice.
off, 2 things. There's a national mullet contest, which
Yeah, let's
that's
start
on me
there.
for not knowing.
Yeah, right.
And 2, it was from Knoxville. All right, so you've got unfazable, medic.
Medic allows me to do first aid without a first aid kit. Or no, when I have a first aid kit, I can roll cool and stabilize the patient and heal them of 2 harm. But if it doesn't work, then yeah, I do 1 harm too. It's lay on hands, but with cool.
Yeah. Okay, and then you
Well-
should have one other.
That's my ice cream truck.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was gonna say I can trade out my lay on hands and instead take something that would be funnier.
Are you
Sure,
kidding me?
if you
yeah, I
want
mean, you
to.
could do that. But I feel like Earl Gentry is going to get himself in a lot of trouble.
yeah, he
I
might
do too.
need the
I
help.
might need a lot of help.
And then I also naturally just have one that is deal with the agency. So if we are requesting help or gear, I can work on that. So I can get us additional personnel or gear based on how I roll. But if I don't roll so well to make up for our failures or to get us gear or personnel, they'll be mad at me.
Yeah, the agency, I was going to say, I think I've seen this. The agency can kind of come after you and they won't help you in the future, that kind of thing.
Oh, man, if I can get us detached from the government as a rogue little group,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
Oh, I almost forgot from my gear too. I have a thunder hammer. Surprise,
course.
surprise.
Surprise.
And I get divine armor, one armor that is holy, and it looks suited to my divine origin.
Oh, yeah.
Break us off a piece.
All right, so he hates his divine armor so much.
Uh-huh.
The god that sponsored him is one of the Irish gods.
Oh, boy.
The armor looks like the armor out of the old school Merlin movie where it's the super shiny plate.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And he's forced to wear it. So a lot of times he has on overcoats and stuff like that. We actually met at a gathering because you thought that I was one of the other conspiracy people wearing a big trench coat, but it was because I'm not allowed to remove my divine armor.
Yeah, this tracks. This tracks
I
entirely.
like this, yeah.
You've got something into that trench coat, and Earl wants to know what, and you're not telling.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So this actually brings us to gear. This system doesn't really break apart like armor and weapons and
Yeah.
magical anything. It's all just stuff you have on your person. I will go ahead and make the blanket assumption right now that we all have a knife. Just kind of like, I'm trying to cut a rope. Do I have a knife? Yeah, you've got a
Oh,
knife.
yeah, okay,
you got a
sure.
lighter. You got the basics. Like, you got a flashlight. Whatever,
Yeah.
right? You've got
Yeah.
the basic.
Oh, I took my flashlight. I'm taking it.
Perfect.
Yeah. I got me a hunting rifle.
Ooh.
Yeah, because you need to protect your pigs.
Uh-huh.
And then a holdout pistol because you got to protect your house.
Uh-huh.
And then a watchman's flashlight because you got to use a flashlight to get around the dark while you're looking for UFOs.
Okay. God. Fair enough. Lauren, or I'm going to say Hilda, what do you have for gear?
Well, as you know, the other half of my character, aside from none, is gun.
Yeah.
And I have lots of that. So I have a submachine gun,
Okay.
a 9mm,
Mm-hmm.
and a shotgun.
Yeah, all right.
You look like an idiot with your hammer. These two are strapped to the gills, and you're like, hammer.
It's
yeah,
a-
but mine's all loud.
It's a
Yeah.
it's a big hammer though.
Yeah. This is one of the things too, is that your like Teflon just alluded to, your gear can screw you over in ways, and guns are loud. Like, it will
Yeah.
draw in other attention, not necessarily monsters, but like, local police, that kind of shit. That can be a factor. So I think we've got a reasonable idea for what our characters are. We have Earl Gentry, which is
Well-
our Alex Jones conspiracy theorist with a bunch of guns and a flashlight. We've got our sister Hilda, which is just a bunch of guns, just so many guns, and also an ice cream truck. And then we've got our divine Sebastian, who has holy armor and a thunder hammer, and he's on a mission to be good again.
I do have one last thing that I want to go over.
Yeah.
Our boxes or whatever. Agency. I thought we could work on this together since it's going to be affecting the group as a whole.
Yep.
I went ahead and picked one thing that I like because it's my character.
Sure.
So for resources, I have cover identities, and then we also get another one.
Another one.
Another
One.
one. And for red tape, I put dubious motives because that sounds fun to work with as the.
Is that
keeper.
implying that your character has dubious motives?
No, it is that the agency has dubious motives.
Oh,
so
fair.
this
Okay.
is specifically to the agents.
Gotcha.
And so if we want to go over these, the options for good things would be well-armed, well-financed, rigorous training, official pool, offices all over the place, good intel, recognized authority, weird tech gadgets, and support teams.
Official pull.
Oh, yeah?
We've gotten in trouble with the
A
law
lot.
more than once.
Okay.
Okay. So that is a good thing for your agency, is that like you can like badge the FBI agents and be like, we're with Berm, and then walk
Yeah.
away. Okay.
Okay. And then for red
So's that
tape,
guy.
which is...
This is very much like the John Wick moment where the cop knocks on his door and says, "Hey, John, you looking real nervous. Are you working again?" Like the local police know. They're read in on what's going on with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then for red tape, which is the negative, I already put dubious motives, and then there's bureaucratic, secretive hierarchy, cryptic missions, hostile superiors, interdepartmental rivalry, budget cuts, take no prisoners policy, or a live capture policy. And I was thinking, we do have a monster cage.
Yeah, live capture sounds pretty good.
Okay, let's do that one.
Flo, you good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I was going to say, I didn't know if you wanted to hit up the, what was the
The bureaucratic or the secret organization
secret
part.
organization?
I mean, it would be fucking hilarious, I think, but at
I'm
the
going to
same
assume
time...
that BIRM is already kind of a secret organization
Well,
that we don't need to
So
necessarily.
here's why I
get
say this
into.
is,
Well, I mean, the Illuminati.
my
Right.
thing is I was exiled, right? And that if they find out who I really am, that they're bound to kill me. What if the secret organization that's actually controlling BIRM is the group that I was originally exiled from?
Oh.
Right?
I'm down for either of those.
I changed my name. They don't know. I'm going under an assumed identity, and there's probably more than one semi-holy warrior running around, right?
Probably.
Mhm.
I mean, this is the mid '80s when the cocaine is at its finest. So everybody is a holy warrior.
Oh, man, you're
Kinda.
just part of MK Ultra.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's gonna think you're all escaped MK Ultra rejects here. I think that's.
I stare at goats.
Oh yeah. God damn, that was a good movie.
It was, wasn't
Okay,
it?
Oh man.
so that finishes up all of the check boxes, and we can move on to history.
Yeah.
I just wanted.
Yeah, no, I think it's good because if someone wanted to follow along and look what we're doing, they get that. Yeah.
If you're looking at the rule book, you can kind of follow what we've done on the specific character sheets here. The specific playbooks is what they
Yep.
use. So yeah, let's flesh out some character history, and then I think we're good to dive into our first session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna have to pee before we do that.
Yeah,
but,
me
like,
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take a pause before we get into
Intermission.
that.
Cross the streams.
Oh, yeah. Flo's got a trough. Also called a shower, but, whatever.
Oh, you pee and flow shower too?
Flow peas and flow shower.
We also need to
Smells like
introduce
piss in
our
here.
characters by their look.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah. So history and looks are kind of the final things to flesh out here before we can jump in.
Oh, yeah, I kind of skipped the looks part. I
Well,
already got what I'm doing.
You are dressed the part. I think we
Oh,
need to
yeah.
get you to like stand up in front of the camera. I don't know. Because right now you're just a hat, which is also very thematically appropriate. Oh,
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go because everybody has different things that they can pick. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
one of the things that we ended up not picking, one of the classes is called the Scary, and the Scary has a picture of like it's your classic like little girl holding a teddy bear, but she's like semi-phenomenal, nearly cosmic power sort of
Annie
thing.
from League of Legends.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
kinda.
really is Annie from League of Legends. So let's see. For looks, I'm gonna be a man with starry eyes. Like he wears a hoodie, not a trench coat. He actually wears a hoodie most of the time and keeps the hoodie pulled up because his eyes actually reflect the universe.
Yeah, you got those like
Oh,
Rasputin
hell
eyes
yeah.
that look
Yeah.
weird in pictures.
And then for clothes, that's the other one that I can pick. I'm going to go with casual clothes because that matches what I just now said. And my next thing that we get to is the introduction. So everybody update look, and then we'll do the introduction stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I am a woman with a young face, and I'm interpreting battle dress as being my nun outfit.
Fair enough. Yeah, yeah. All right, so I'm a man. I guess I don't know the difference exactly between guarded eyes versus suspicious eyes. We'll just call them guarded eyes.
Because they don't impact your character, this is kind of just like what you think it
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna call it comfortable clothes
Overall,
I'm
comfortable.
yeah, they're very comfortable. I just need to get a little extender on these right here. They tug in real hard though.
They really.
A little bit, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they make my traps hurt after a little bit.
Oh my god. All right, so we've got your bone standard kind of redneck overalls,
Yeah.
straw, whatever.
I almost got a straw thing today
Are
too.
you dead ass dressed as a nun though, or like
Yes, I am a nun.
you're dressed as a nun? Okay, and then you
Man,
are
we are a
dressed like
merry band.
So
yeah.
we've already kind of done this, but the last thing here is history. It says go around the group. On your turn, introduce your character by name and by look. Tell the group what they know about you. So I'm going to go with the fact that we've actually been running around with each other for a while. We're actually going to get how we kind of met or what brought us together here under the history. So all of you know everything that you would know about somebody that you hang out with, 4 or 5 times a
shit.
week.
Okay, so this is actually kind of cool. This is like kind of the improv aspect of this.
Right. This
So
is where
how
you
this
get
actually
into it.
works is Flo, when it's your turn, you pick one of these for each other hunter.
Yep.
Okay. This is I didn't read all the way through because
Yeah.
I played Blades in the Dark and I was like, cool, I've got like a sister system, I'll be fine. Mostly correct, but there's some little cool things about this one that's different.
I like one of the options that I have is they are an abomination and should be destroyed, except you
Listen.
can't work out why with them.
Yeah. All right. So what they know about you is basically like bro shit. Like
Oh shit.
what your order is at McDonald's. And
I've
that
actually
kind of
already
thing.
picked mine for you guys.
Oh, okay,
Are you
cool.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
break us
Um,
off a piece.
So, Sebastian, you pulled me and my team out of a terrible, fucked up beyond recognition mission. So the mission went totally sideways, and you came in with your divine powers and managed
And
to save me.
teleported us the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
That's
Into an ice cream
Fucking
truck.
perfect.
And then for you, I got sent to deal with them as a hazard to the agency's policies one time. Tell them how you
Yeah.
resolve this. I started writing to you as a secret pen pal, giving you government information, which was
Oh my
counter.
God, yes.
It's a false
Yeah.
flag
Yeah.
kind of
Yes.
situation. Okay, cool.
Does that sound good for you guys?
Oh yeah, you're my informant effectively. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
so good.
So
But
I just now picked the 2 that I'm going to use for you too. Part of getting the divine powers is that you are technically no longer considered to be mortal. And so there are some things that change when that comes about. Jeff, what's your character's name again?
Earl.
Earl. I'm having such a struggle not calling you Early Kyler from Squidbillies. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be a problem, but I'm going to
Earl.
work through it.
You are the person that I go to for advice on mortal things. Sex, food, drugs, television, movies,
oh my
etc.
God, it's so good.
Yeah, this is great.
This is so fucking
oh,
good.
God.
Because the actual human, normal, vanilla human that I was, technically, it is a part of me, but not me anymore.
Gotcha.
I've been combined with this divine being. Again,
He's Dale Gribble, and you're the gun club.
again, we're kind of learning about this as it goes along.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's great. And then the
I'm Sister Hilda, by the way.
I was really. There's a lot of hours that kind of cross over.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some that I could use that are almost an exact copy of you. For example, one of the things I can pick is their prayer, perhaps an informal or even unconscious prayer summoned you.
Ooh.
That would
So
be cool.
you were the one that originally summoned me into the world.
Excellent. And I am a
Perfect.
nun.
Yeah,
so
right. What's your character's name again?
Hilda.
Sister Hilda. All right, and then does that count?
Earl.
Earl, did you go?
No, I haven't gone yet.
Okay.
Okay, so for Sister Hilda, the signs all pointed to working together. So you found them, and now you work together. The signs may very well have been, planted, but I was led to work with you.
Perfect.
It might feel even divine. I'm not really sure.
Jesus called you.
Oh man, I don't want to lean too heavily into that one, but yeah. And then
The Lord came down and
the
spoke
Lord,
to you.
yeah,
Lort.
yeah, Lord. Yes, sir.
All right, and then for Sebastian, how did you?
Oh, that's kind of funny too, because my the immortal inhabiting my body is one of the Celtic from the Celtic pantheon. And
Oh, I have
Are
that
you-
Yu-Gi-Oh card.
are you Irish Catholic? Is that?
Perfect. That would be perfect.
Nice.
I was gonna say, I am of the court of Brie, first among the Fae.
Okay,
So-
wait. But
Hold on,
what's
wait,
an
no.
Irish name instead of Hilda?
Oh, that's a good one.
I think Hilda.
Siobhan. Sion.
BHAN. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
We can go with Sister Hilda. It doesn't have to
Yeah,
be.
Hilda's fine.
Irish Catholicism went pretty far.
Yeah, right.
So Earl, how did you meet, or what's your history with Sebastian?
Well, we'll have to change it slightly, but you know each other through cryptozoology and conspiracy theory websites is what it says, but I guess it's publications, like magazines or something, like like an MIB when they hit the fucking newsstand and they pull the right one and know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I also think there's like a certain amount of like magazines going around at this time that cater to your specific taste. Like in the back of it too, you can buy like wicked looking knives and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a China Direct thing on the
I'm
back of it.
I'm pretty sure my uncle had those magazines growing up, and I thought they were all real. Like Bat Boy, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you and I bonded because we realized that at least one of the magazines that were put out are telling about actual monster reports.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And started using it as part of the work.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so we've got an organization that we work for, and we've got a reason for us all to be here. We've fleshed out the system enough that I think our listeners will understand what it is we're going through. Is there anything else that we need to cover before we break and then start first session?
No, I think we're good, man.
All right,
I think we're
break
good.
to pee, and then we'll come back.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good.